everybody, I'm going to tell you guys some jokes and read you a Halloween story of Paddington's first Halloween. Woo! Let's get started. What do vampires use to get around? A blood vessel. Why shouldn't an angry witch take her broomstick out trick-or-treating? Because she might fly off the handle. What do birds give out to trick-or-treaters? Tweets. Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating? Because they've got nobody to go with. How does a witch know the best time to go trick-or-treating? She checks her witch watch. Oh, that one really tickles me. How did the zombie become great at trick-or-treating? With dedication. What do ghosts give out to trick-or-treaters? Blueberries. I keep saying boob. Boob. Berries. Oh. Story time, baby. Story time. It's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed those jokes. It's now time for story. Are you guys ready? Are you sat down on the rug? You know, like in primary school, they sit on the rug. Right, so I'm going to take about 2 hours to turn the page. Just stay there, guys. I'm almost there. Oh, wait there. Wait. No, don't go. I've nearly got it. Okay, maybe we'll just start on the 3rd page. Do you want a hand? I've got a human assistant here.
Right, that's the credits. There you go.
Yay!
Dear Aunt Lucy, today I learned about a celebration where children dress up and have fun. Well, actually, it's not just the children who have fun. It all started in the kitchen.
Ooh.
How well can they see that? Dan-dans.
Pretty well. Pretty well.
We got sad copy there in the house, helping out.
I'm in the house. The Browns were looking at a pile of strange decorations on the kitchen table. It's Halloween, said Mrs. Brown, a special day when people dress up and do things to scare beasties away. That doesn't sound fun, said Paddington. Oh, it is, said Jonathan. We'll show you. Paddington helped Judy and Mrs. Bird put up Halloween decorations on the outside of the house. There were ghosts, spiders, cobwebs, and pumpkins everywhere. This doesn't seem all that scary, said Paddington, feeling relieved. Suddenly, a bouncy bat decoration swooped down towards Paddington, making him jump. Scream for me, please.
Ah!
That was great, thank you. Sorry, Jonathan shouted from the balcony above them. Why don't you join us, Mr. Curry? Asked Paddington politely when the Browns' neighbour arrived home. We're having all sorts of Halloween fun. No thank you, I hate Halloween, Mr. Curry grumbled. I shall lock my door, turn my lights off, and be glad when it's all over. Later, in the treehouse, Jonathan and Judy showed Paddington how to carve the perfect Halloween pumpkin. You need to make a scary face, explained Jonathan, carving the pumpkin with his spoon. Even those spoons cannot cut through pumpkins, and ideally you would need a knife or even a plastic knife. And they sell these at most stores where they are safe for children. And
Or
you
a
can use them.
pumpkin carving set.
That is what I'm talking about, a pumpkin carving set that's safe for children, but not a spoon, because a spoon is not ideal. A spoon is used to scoop out the insides, but you can't carve a face with a spoon.
Moving on.
Okay. Like this, added Judy. Whoa, gasped the poor bear, stumbling back in fright. He backed further and further away until... Paddington toppled out of the treehouse. Luckily, he managed to grab hold of a rope and sail safely down to the ground. The pumpkin came tumbling down after Paddington and landed right on his head. Squelch. I'm okay, he mumbled from inside the pumpkin, wobbling from paw to paw. Mrs. Bird had told Mr. Brown that nothing would scare her, so he sneaked up on her while she was doing the washing up. Rah! But she didn't even blink. He hid in the bathroom cupboard to frighten her when she opened the door, but she piled toilet rolls on top of him and calmly walked away. He even gave her a trick box of nuts to open with a springy snake hidden inside, but nothing happened until he opened it himself. Can you scream again, please? Meanwhile, Jonathan and Judy helped Paddington get ready. Tell me again, asked a puzzled Paddington. Why am I dressed as Pigeonton? Jonathan explained that on Halloween, people dress up and go trick-or-treating. If people don't give us a treat, we play a trick. Paddington thought that sounded a little mean. Would you mind awfully if I do treat or treat instead? Treat or treating? That does sound much nicer, agreed Mrs. Brown as they set off. Let's try it. When they arrived at Mr. Gruber's shop, he made them jump by popping out of a huge pumpkin. Treat or treat? Paddington asked, offering him a marmalade roll. Oh my goodness, gasped a delighted Mr. Gruber. Thank you, and here are some treats for all of you. And here's a little treat for you, said Paddington, offering him another marmalade roll. Happy Halloween, Mr. Gruber, everyone cheered as they waved goodbye. Happy Noche de Brujas, cheered Sophia when the treat-or-treaters arrived at her cafe. Oh dear, said Paddington, looking worried. We aren't celebrating that, Sophia. We're celebrating Halloween. Don't worry, said Sophia. Noche de Brujas is what we call Halloween in Colombia. Here are some treats for you. And she put sweets in all of their buckets. Thank you, and here is your treat, Sophia, said Paddington, kindly offering her a marmalade sandwich from his hat. After a few more visits, the treat-or-treaters arrived home. Welcome back, said Mrs. Bird. Did you have a good time? For the world's first treat-or-treat session, said Judy, holding out her full bucket, I'd say it was brilliant. But Paddington had noticed something odd. Mr. Curry's door was open. That's strange, said Mrs. Bird. He said he was going to lock his door as he didn't like Halloween. I do hope he's all right. Mr. Brown thought they should check, so they all crept inside. Mr. Curry, Are you all right? Mrs. Bird called. There was a little rattle from underneath a metal dish on the kitchen table. Mrs. Bird slowly picked it up and...
Boo! Ah!
She screamed when she saw Mr. Curry's head underneath, painted green and surrounded by sausages. Mr. Brown raced in laughing. We flapped the unflappable, Mrs. Bird. Best Halloween ever, Mr. Curry and Mr. Brown said together, delighted that their trick had worked. You didn't scare me, replied Mrs. Bird at first, and then changed her tune. Okay, you did. But Mr. Curry, I thought you didn't like Halloween, said Paddington, feeling a bit confused. I'm afraid I don't have any treats left. Oh, I love Halloween. I just pretended not to for Mr. Brown's plan, explained Mr. Curry. Don't worry, Bear. Making Mrs. Bird jump was my treat. We decided it was much more fun to give treats rather than tricks, apart from Mr. Curry, who really liked the trick he and Mr. Brown played on Mrs. Bird. Really, they behaved just like children. Happy Halloween, love from Paddington.
Yay! Well, I hope you guys liked that story. I very much enjoyed reading it to you. Please stay safe if you're going trick or treating, and please remember to brush your teeth. Yeah, that is really important because you're going to be having a hell of a lot of sugar. But yeah, please tinkle my bell. Subscribe and like, and I'll be back again soon. Bye guys, happy Halloween.